Hey everyone, welcome to the 1804 Show, Chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar. And this is episode 546. Got a special guest tonight coming to the show. Oops. Sorry. But yeah, my homegirl Keke Demery. I've been knowing her for a minute. She cool, calm, collective, and just wanted to bring her on the show so we could chop it up. And I'm gonna add her in here. And make sure that y'all hit like, subscribe to the channel, 1804 Show Chapter 2. It's going down. It's going down. Hmm. Okay, that's weird. Try this again. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
What's going on with you?
Nothing. Still doing mommy duties. What's
I feel it.
going on?
Oh, nothing. I'm just over here, just posted. I was waiting on you faithfully, you know what I'm saying? Because I really wanted to,
Yeah,
I was really excited about this.
I'm excited too. So, what we gonna chop it up about?
Oh, shoot. I don't know if you saw the topic because I really had picked this topic, but I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Okay.
It's called "Holding You Down, Held Me Back." So I wanted you to pretty much elaborate on that and just give us some examples, life experiences on that particular topic. But we can go to, about you in the midst of all that. So, just something simple.
Okay.
I didn't want to,
Okay. So let me get this right. So you said holding you down and holding you back.
no, holding you down held me back.
Oh, okay.
We all been there.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely can elaborate on that. I mean, it's been a couple times where you sit and you put your all into somebody, and basically you miss out on your blessings. You miss out on other people that could have been for you because you were sitting there trying to hold somebody down when they really were not helping you. They were hurting you more than helping you. You were helping them, and in all actuality, they were hurting you. They weren't helping you evolve while you were helping them. So I feel like when people do that a lot, I feel like a lot of people block their blessings by doing so. And I've definitely have been one who's done something like that. And I mean, it's a learning experience, but sometimes, it's hard to let go of someone, especially when you have such deep feelings for them or, vice versa.
Hmm.
And I've come to realize, like, I think a lot of my blessings have been blocked because trying to, hold on to somebody, hold them down, and I just feel like I missed out on some blessings that may have been meant for me, may have not, but I'll never know because I was too busy holding somebody else down.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because a lot of times we see red flags, and everyone always be just skeptical because they say like, so you didn't see the red flags, you didn't see the discrepancies, and like, no, because when you really feeling somebody, you see potential, because if you walk into a new relationship or a new friendship expecting perfection, you go disappoint yourself by placing this person on a high pedestal. And we
Mm-hmm.
do that a lot, because I always explain to chicks that even though I may have a good heart, may be a good dude, but I make mistakes. No one's perfect. I have my vices like everyone else. I'm a sinner too, but I just always try to convey to someone that I have been through a lot throughout my life, and whatever you expect and don't expect it, just allow me to show you, because I'm not
Exactly.
the type of person to be granting wishes that I can't grant. But I would try.
It's genie in a bottle. But I've also heard it too where, oh, sit down, Ayla, where, somebody said, do you want to be a flag collector or do you want to put those flags down and move on and not have to collect flags? And by that, meaning do you steady seeing all the red flags and you're not doing anything about it, you're just collecting them time after time after time after time. And we've all been there. We've all been red flag collectors.
Hmm.
You go to somebody's house, open up a closet, red flag just falling all out. But in the midst of that, when Love is Blind, and that song by Eve, her Love is Blind song, that is a perfect example. It explains
Yeah.
perfectly because love will make you do crazy things and it'll blind you to things that you should be aware of, you should be taking heed to, and you should be paying attention to, but you don't. And, you know, I don't think there's anybody on God's green earth that can say that they have not been there before because we all have.
Hmm.
And it's unfortunate because a lot of people will take someone with a good heart and they'll run you to the ground, and knowing that they don't have, their intentions aren't pure for you, but because they're getting what they want, they're gaining value from you, they're evolving from you just being who you are. Because my daddy once told me, he said, "My kind heart is what's going to be my worst enemy," and he never lied. It really is. But I'm still not gonna stop being a kind person because of that. Like, if somebody doesn't value how I treat them, how I feel about them, and everything else, like, it's nothing I can do. All I can do is learn from it and move on. But that's going to be their loss because when you genuinely have a good person by your side that wants to be there, with you and for you, and they take advantage of that, they just knocked out a blessing that God has put in their life. And it doesn't mean it has to be relationship wise. It could be friendship wise. It could be a sister, a auntie, a uncle, a cousin, a brother, anybody that you could be a blessing for. But if somebody's gonna take advantage of your kind heart and use that against you, they're gonna and when it boils down to it, in the end, they're the one that's missing out. And I just wish people would stop doing that to people. Like, stop playing with people's emotions, stop using them when you have no intentions of, moving forward with this person.
Yeah, I agree. And like my thing is we supposed to use each other. But if you're the only one that's being used, that's the injustice within itself, is when you're the only one that's going the extra mile and that person ain't moving an inch. And I think that create resentment, that creates insecurity, because it's like, what's wrong with
Definitely.
what's wrong with me to not get any reciprocation? Because I have been with a whole lot of different women. I don't look at women all the same, and I damn sure don't treat every woman the same. But it's just in this society that when a man express himself, they make it seem like he's speaking as a collective. But I, I usually speak from my life experiences. I don't speak from a bitter place. I'm healed, but it just when you post a status, everybody misinterpret and make it seem like you talking to all and everybody. But I don't do that because I haven't met every woman on the planet to make that any type of assumption or that type of announcement. But
Mm-hmm.
I just speak from my experiences because you know me since I was young, you know what I'm saying? And I have so I have evolved, I have went through some things and learned, but even in a negative situation, there's positivity in it. And it's stuff that you go through to teach you.
I'm in.
Yeah, yeah. Just experience creates wisdom. And I'm just not the type to just put everybody into this cage, and I give everyone a chance. I have that type of mindset that I would give you a chance. I would give you opportunity to.
Not fall in that category. You can't compare Sally to Sue.
No, he damn sure case put Starlicia with a Michelle, because anybody with a
Starly,
yeah, but you get what I mean. But at the end of the day, I just learn and I move on. I don't carry things with me and stuff like that. But my question to you is that why you think toxicity became the new norm, or why you think it's accepted nowadays?
because society, like, it's more branded now. It's more, everybody has made it where it's all about get from somebody, and that's it. Let me see who can give me the most money. Let me see who can pay for my trip. Let me see who can pay for this. Let me see who can pay for that. There's no genuine love anymore. Everybody's all about getting what they can get. That's why I feel like, and society has made it that way. Society has promoted it so much. Songs, you know, with the stars, mainly because that's who you see a lot of, and that's all you ever see. Now the women talking about, oh, well, do this, do that. And don't get me wrong, this stuff has been going on for years. It's always been here, been there, but now it's just more predominant because society has, social media has taken over. So now we see it so much more, and it's almost like they're branding it and putting it and embedding it in people's heads. Like that's how women are supposed to. That's why you should get with a man, because you shouldn't get with a man if he's broke. You always need to get with a man if he has money. And you need to get with him and see what he can do for you, or vice versa, what she can do for what she can do for you. So I feel like social media, the platform has a lot to do with that. And I feel like these rappers, these female rappers that are coming out
Mhm.
now, are promoting it at such a fast pace that it's the younger generations. That's what they're growing up thinking that they're supposed to do.
Yeah, and I think that I would say everybody and anybody that's young should go back and watch Sparkle, the movie, because that's a
See,
prime example.
I don't know. I just never got into it.
No, but it taught a valuable lesson because she had everything going for herself. She had a promising future, but she met the wrong person. Even
Agree.
though he had,
Absolutely right.
yeah, even though he had money and resources, he was a drug addict. He was an abuser,
Yo.
and he, tried to tour the relationship with her sisters and stuff because her sisters was telling her that you need to get away from this man. He's no good for you, and he's gonna
Don't
bring
even.
you down. And she was just making excuses for him and stuff like that. And that's why I just always sit back and observe someone's mentality because I may not can give you the world, but I could give you an island right now. But will you and can you stay patient till I'm able to give you the world?
No, they want somebody that's got the world to hand it to them right then and there. They don't want to wait. That's the thing. People don't want to build with anybody no more. They want it already done, already handed to them. Like it's just crazy how ungrateful people are nowadays when it comes to if they'll look at somebody who has a whole pocket full of money versus somebody who has a 9 to 5. Now, what you may not know, that person with that pocket full of money, that may be all they have. That may be all the income that's ever coming to them. But
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna pass up this man with this 9 to 5 that has income coming in every day because you don't see the future. You see what you see in front of you for the now.
Yeah, and and it's funny because like I get asked for money a lot, and and when I don't give it to them, I'm a broke ass nigga and shit. But I got benefits. I got a 401k. I got
Thank
life
you,
insurance.
IRA, all of that good
Yes.
stuff.
So who's winning? You know what I'm saying? Who's the top contender here? Me or somebody who can just
Y'all don't mind my
give
in the
give you a
background.
give you a good night, but I can give you a good life. I could get your teeth fixed. I can, say I can do more.
They don't care about that. They don't care about none of that. You could sell them the whole world. They don't care. They want what they can see. They want what they can see that's in front of them. They don't care about the future. They don't care. They don't foresee the bigger picture. They just want what they just for the now. And that is a lot of people's problems and I think that's where we're gonna fail
Yeah.
as women. And relationships, you see, think about it. You've got people that's been together for, especially the older generation, been together for 40, 30 plus years. You got people that now get married. I feel like it's all for the glitz and glamour. They'll get married, have a big old wedding, have everything. Next thing you know, boom, 4 months later, divorce. I'm like, do y'all understand what comes with being in a marriage? It's not just it's all. I feel like everybody does it for the glitz and glamour. They don't really know what it takes to really put into a marriage. Like this person you're gonna be with for the rest of your life. So if you think that's not gonna take work, then you should have never got married.
Yeah.
But that's that will take me back to like they do everything now is for show. It's for the show. Who has the biggest bank account, who can have the biggest this, who can have the biggest that. Like the crazy part that's killing me nowadays is these crimes. All these crimes, like these crimes are like weddings now. There ain't no way on God's green earth I'm paying or doing any of that stuff for my child for a graduation or prom or any of that. Like that could be the money they put into that go towards a college fund, but it's all about everybody now trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to outdo the next person,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it's just that's because like it all just still circles right back to the same situation of you know people not genuinely doing things out of the kindness of their heart. They're doing it to please others or to see what they can get from the other person. If that's even making sense, I don't know. Did what I said today even make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And
I
it's
feel like
just
I was rambling a little bit.
no, no, you good. No, but it's just people rather fake it till they make it than actually making it. Because I just sit back and think about just in our generation, us 80s, 90s babies and stuff like that, how things really have changed and it's really devastating. Just morals,
Thank
integrity.
you, Sal.
Yeah, it's just it's just too much clout chasing and all this other stuff, and everybody want to be seen. Attention is the new root of all evil. It's attention,
Yeah.
and
I'd rather be seen, and I mean, I'd rather be heard, not seen. I feel like my voice will speak more volume than me being out and seen somewhere.
yeah, me too, me too, and that's why I usually stay at my headquarters. I don't be out here putting a target on my back because everybody's not happy for you when you reach success. And not saying that,
Yep, it sure is. A.R. Russell just said, "Clout's the new crack."
yeah, it is. And it's unfortunate because I'm still that same guy. You know, I'm very humble. I move humbly because of the fact that you never know when you will meet your demise or your fall. So you have to just enjoy every day while you have the ball in your court.
Shoot. Nowadays, you have to because you just never know. It very well could be your last.
Yeah. And I just want to just make sure that I live every day in my skin because I'm not trying to impress nobody. I ain't trying to win over nobody. I've always been the same person. It's just people just not discovering myself. But I'm doing this because it's personal. It's a personal thing for me. And I had to really undergo just a whole lot of changes and sacrifices in order for this to happen. And had to lose. I lost so much. But the little wins that I get, I enjoy it. You know, I'm happy. You know, the feedback, the comments, and people.
Someone once told me, and I use this in everyday life, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, because we are our own author of our book. And I just remember my mentor, he used to sit down with me and he asked me, so do you want this to be the end of the William Brown story? You know, you feeling sorry for yourself, you being mad at the world, or you can bounce back and come back better than ever. And when he said that, it was like a switch went off of my head. And I said, yeah, he right. And only I can change. No matter who come and help me, I have to accept that help, and I have to do the work myself in order for me to become that better individual and a better man. And I really have. I had to let go a whole lot of people that I love, but that's how much I believe in myself. And everybody isn't willing to let go of certain friends, certain family members, certain habits in order to have a better life. But I am, because I played too much and I played too long. And when you sit back and think about it, just how many years you wasted by playing, the numbers is staggering. You know, you become like, damn, like I really played for 5, 10 years. If I would
Doing
have,
the
yes, yes. And you should be like, damn, I can't blame nobody but myself
that's the main
at
thing. A
this
lot of
point.
people don't either. They don't take accountability for their actions. They always trying to put the blame on the next person. Only you can live for you. Can't nobody else live for you. Like I can't live for you. You can't live for me. So if your life isn't going the way it's supposed to, you can't put the blame on somebody else. You got to take accountability for yourself. Because if A didn't work, try B. B don't work. We got a whole alphabet. We got a whole numbers. We got like try every revenue that you can until you where you want to be. So for people that want to sit there and play the pity party and be the woe is me, you know, you got it's a time that's where you got to just wake up and be like, okay, it's my fault. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. It's my fault. I'm not doing the things that I should have did. It's my fault where I am, you know, because I look at it now like this, my chicken business that I'm just starting. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to start a business, but I just kept putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to do this. So I sat, broke down, had my whole, game plan together about how I'm going to sell it, what I'm going to charge, like everything, all my supplies, everything. And
No, you good. No, you good.
I
It's,
was my son, and I taught, and like I just went on ahead and finally did it, and I'm glad I did do it. Like and if I fail, at least I could say I tried. So that's something people can't say. You got to try at least.
yeah, and I'll be very careful with that because you won't fail. Because you will
Oh,
fail.
I know.
No, no. But I'm just saying, like, as far as we actually cast spells with
Mm-hmm.
our words in our mouth without realizing it. But
Manifestation is
yeah,
real.
that's why I always say that I'm gonna blow. You know what I'm saying? And everyone has their own perception of making it. If anything, I just want to be national and global.
Whew. Oh, God.
But,
I had to
but
lay my dog down. She was tearing my leg up. Oh, now I can sit where I've been wanting to sit. Okay.
hey,
Hey.
no, but I just always said that because the hardest part is always starting and be taken serious is a hard part too. But I knew that this was going to work because it had to work. I just had that mentality that this was going
Mm-hmm.
to work regardless of who tries to sabotage it, who tries to hate me and this and that and pray on my downfall. I'm going to keep going because you're going to have disappointments when it comes to business. You're going to have those nights where you go sleepless and you cry yourself to sleep because something didn't work out, but you're
Mm-hmm.
going to pull it through. You're going to make it. And that's what I learned. It's all about perseverance at the end of the day. And I persevere so much, love, and just the fact that people that known you for years say that, oh, you changed, or you a different person. I don't even know who you are anymore. I'm like, good.
That's the point. I'm not supposed to still be the same me I was 10 years ago. If I'm the same me I was 10 years ago, then that I'm doing something wrong.
hmm Yeah, you haven't learned anything, and I just think that just when it comes to life, man, you have to live it, but also get what you can out of it. Because I
Mm-hmm.
do, and every day I wake up, I don't want to ever waste a second while I'm still here, because we just have no clue about wasted talent. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to waste my talent. We all have a special talent or many talents, but it's only one gift. You know what I'm saying? And to know your gift and know where it comes from, and you're doing it out of love, and you're doing it not to hurt anybody, you're gonna go far because you're genuine with it.
Exactly.
And and a whole lot of people forget once upon a time ago that there was amateurs and stuff. And we gotta stop with this, oh well, they're gonna have to figure it out like I figure it out. And that's not how it's supposed to
Why?
go.
Why do we do that to each other? Why do we always have to say, "Oh, you got to figure it out how I figured it out"? If you know the key, you know the answer, give it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Help them out. Like we're so selfish when it comes to like looking out for one another and trying to help one another. We're selfish when it comes to that. We rather have somebody get it out the mud than get them the key to help them. And I think that's wrong because you have other people that and I'm not going to even do a race thing because I don't even want to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
you just have other people that will, instead of having somebody struggle, they will tell them like, okay, so if you're trying to start a business, boom, this is what you need to do. First of all, you got to do this. Second of all, you got to do this. Instead of, oh well, you got to just figure it out. I had to figure it out, so you can too. No, that's being selfish with knowledge that you can pass on to the next person to help them become successful. And to even help somebody else become successful. Like it's almost like people don't want to see other people evolve. They don't want to see other people get to where they are. Like I want all my friends and family, like I want us all to do well. So if I got the key to give you to help you get to where you need to be, I'm going to do so because I feel like success is key. And if I can help you set yourself up for success just by giving you knowledge, it don't get no better than that.
Facts, because I'm a believer of that. I'm a believer in giving back because I have helped so many people get to where they needed to go, and just by interviewing them and stuff, because I can set aside my differences. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the message. It's all about helping people just get a lot of things off their chest. And I don't look for any type of recognition for that because that's what we're supposed to do. If you in a position to help somebody get to the next level, help them. But at the same time, excuse me, but at the same time, I use discernment because I want to know if I do this for you, will you pass on with somebody else? Will you be able to um, pass the torch? And that's what I require. I gave a lot of people free interviews. I ain't charged really anybody like that, but I just sense a whole lot of like static whenever I see them in person, and I'd be like, what is that about? But I don't, what I'm saying? I didn't expect um, the cutthroatness. I didn't expect the smear campaigns, but I also learned that you don't have to explain yourself. Everybody don't need an explanation. Everybody don't need your side of the story. You good, you good. You know what I'm saying? When you God's child, you let God deal with them.
Exactly. And a lot of people is mentioning that. A lot of people need validation for everything. Like, why do you have to have somebody tell you that something is great? Why you just can't believe it's great for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Why as a whole, we always think that, like I said, I never needed validation from nobody for anything. If I feel like it's great and I feel like it's good, that's all that needs to be said because it's me. Like you said, you got to believe in yourself and you got to want better for yourself before anybody else can. And what better cheerleader or rooter to stand in your corner than you, to believe in yourself than you. That's all you need. You don't need you don't need to hear this coming from anybody else but yourself.
Yeah.
And if you need to hear it coming from somebody else, I mean, go in the mirror and look at your reflection. Look at you telling you, shoot, that's what you need.
Yeah, and I spent countless of hours in the mirror just telling myself that I'm great, that I can do this, that I'm amazing, and that I will get far. Because I had so many people try to convince me to move out of Saginaw and stuff. Like, oh, you ain't gonna make it there. You need to come down here, or you need to come over here, and you would definitely blow and this and that. But I have shown people that you don't always need to move to make an impact. Because if it's meant to be, then it's gonna happen.
Be careful.
And I get a kick out of, me. I had legends. I had celebrities on this platform, and I feel like I had held a good reputation for our tri cities, and
Yeah, but give yourself a pat on the back because you did that.
thank you. But I just want to be like the first to bring like a huge media platform here. Have them come to us, to our city, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working on something from behind the scenes and that and stuff like that, because it's just nothing like building new bonds, new friendships. Because I look at everybody, family who have gave me the opportunity to um, build me up, and I just want to be able to take that and bring it back to the youth and stuff. Trying to send 3 high school seniors to college every year on the scholarships. you know, so I know that everything takes money, everything takes time, but that's what in the works right now. Trying to write some books, trying to do some public speaking
Okay.
engagements and stuff.
So it seems like you got a lot, you know what I'm saying, that you put in your plate, which I congratulate you. Kudos to you because, from where I know you first started to where you are now, you definitely have evolved. You've definitely grown. You networking. So, because you never know, one time having somebody on your platform, that could be the big break for you. That could just like send everything into motion like it was going to anyway. And that brings me back to, believing in yourself and, whatever's meant to be is gonna be regardless. But if you give up and you don't keep pushing, you'll never know what it could have been. Like that's why I say, like, well, taking it back to my chicken business,
Hmm.
which is I'm just gonna promote it real quick. So it is K&T Chicken Creation. So I'm also doing it with one of my co-workers. Her name is Tamaya.
Hmm.
So we're doing this together collectively. So it is going to be chicken and fried baskets, and I'm just keeping it at one price. The price is never going to change because I want it to be so affordable. That's something some people can, get. And you're going to get 6 pieces of chicken. You're going to get a side of fries, and then you're also going to get a drink with it. It's going to be $13 flat rate. So we're going to start doing this next weekend, but we're also going to add more flavor because right now we're just doing the buffalo, the chicken parmesan, the lemon pepper. I call them the lemon pepper steppers. They're so good.
Mm-mm.
And I actually have created a boneless wing. So not these pieces cut up of chicken breast, but these are actually, I have deboned the wings and I've made them boneless. So you can actually eat a chicken wing with no bone. So though that's what's going to be featured, and I see, baby. And then we're also going to, as time goes on, we're going to be adding on. We're going to do like I think I'm gonna like we're gonna be just adding on like soul food. We're going to be doing different stuff. I don't want to do everything that everybody else is doing.
Hmm.
So we're going to be creating different dishes, and we're going to be featuring them as time goes on. But for right now, we're just going to stick to the basics of chicken and fries because everybody loves chicken and fries.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to get that out there. I do appreciate everybody who's going to support me from here on out. And so thank you for letting me promote that real quick.
Oh, it's all good, and I will be happy to, share and promote for you and stuff like that.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Oh, no problem. What our friends for.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, we go back to like 4 flats.
Yes, and I also wanted to ask you about what was one of the hardest things that you went through and how you overcame
Oh man.
it.
Where shall I begin now? Um, Jeez, like that's a lot. I'm trying to think which one I want to go ahead and start with.
I wasn't trying to get in your business, but but I just,
I'm just
wanted to
trying to figure which way I want to go.
take your time.
I think, uh, man, I think one of the most difficult times in my life has been like starting over as a new like a mom again, like because I have 2 older children, or I should
Hmm.
say adults now. And then I have my younger set, but I think like starting over, because when I was pregnant with my son, like I was really depressed because I'm like, damn, like I'm pregnant, like it's like but a lot of prayer and a lot of like this is just this is what God has in store for you. This is what God wants you to go through, and so I just had to suck it up and deal with the fact like, okay, this is life. Like this is not the end. It's not the worst thing that could possibly happen. And I just made the best of it like that, because I'm not gonna lie, that really was a difficult time because I was just like, did not want to be pregnant. I was depressed. I didn't bother him till he was like 6 months in my stomach, everything. Like I was just so upset that I was pregnant again. But I couldn't imagine my life without my two youngest ones. I mean, all my kids, period, but my two youngest ones, like they just weren't in anything I expected. Like I didn't expect to have any more kids after my older ones, and so that really was a difficult time. I think I'm gonna use that as an example because some of the other ones they just gonna get too deep, and I'm not trying to go there.
Yeah. So how old were you?
I'm 35. No, I think I was 30, 34, and I had him when I was 30, 35. So, and then I had Ayla. I had her when I was 40. So, you know,
Mm.
it's just, and they do say that age plays a factor with, everything. So I just imagine my later years in life having two more and having to like start the whole process over again.
Well, I was just making sure because people be making it seem like it's the end for me, and I'm just being patient because I would love to be a father, but I didn't want to be a baby daddy. It's a difference with that, and we should see so many broken homes. We see so many men with um so many kids to the point that
Mhm.
there's no foundation. And I really been doing my family tree and just seeing all my ancestors, seeing pictures of them, seeing like where they lived and who they were.
Mhm.
I don't want to damage it. I don't want to cut down a branch from my decisions and from my choices. And I just tell everyone be careful who you procreate with
Whew, that's the
because you don't
truth.
know, what I'm saying? Like, because if you don't know where you come from, you will go to anything and anybody.
I mean, and that's true for in some instances, but also too, like you may think that you're having a child and you're being with somebody who is the best of the best, and it could be, and then not to say like, okay, whether you're a baby mama, whether you're a wife, baby daddy, a husband, whatever the case is, you really don't know who you're getting yourself involved with ever, because you'll never know a person 100%.
Right.
So you have married people that get with each other, have children, and then it just doesn't work out. You just don't know who you're getting with until that person reveals who they are.
Yeah. And
And and if it's, and unfortunate, if kids are already involved in the situation, there ain't nothing you can do. But it is a lot of broken homes, and then but there also is a lot of great mothers, single fathers that are out here doing their thing. Salute all y'all, because I'm one of them. And you just got to keep pushing on. Like I just look at some of the situations and just look at like, okay, so I'd rather be a single mother taking care of my children on my own versus being in a relationship with the person still not helping you take care of your children. Like you're still single regardless. Like even though we know we got a title or we have I have your last name, if you're still not there, you're to me you're still a baby mom or a baby mom at that point.
yeah,
Because if you're regardless of the fact like you're still doing this all on your own, you're still in the same predicament as a single person. So I guess it really doesn't matter at that point if you're in a relationship or not, because I know families that are together and one of the parties still aren't doing for, and you guys live underneath the same household, so it really doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, married or not, because you still have, like I said, people who are in relationships who are still single parents.
And I agree. And like my problem, just like in the past or whatever, like I would get with women, and then it would be more of I want help, but I don't want love, and it would be very troublesome to me because I want to love you, I'm trying to love you, and, and if I love you, I'm gonna love your kids too.
Yeah.
But it's just they expect you to save their life, but they don't want to save yours. Because I feel like it's a two-way street with that, and I don't expect anything major, you know what I'm saying? But like I would say, just from my past relationships, I had to be a scientist, I had to be an engineer, I had to be a construction worker, I had to be a plumber, I had to be a neurosurgeon, and this and that. But she could still be Mary, I'm just gonna throw that name out there to use that as an example. But I had to be all those things, but I was just getting married, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't fair, especially if I'm coming into the situation, because I know that, that your kids gonna come with the territory of dating you. Let's say if I was trying to court you now, I understand your background, I would understand your situation. But nowadays, it's just all about gimme and mine and I and my's instead of ours, we, um, whatever plural. But nowadays
Mm-hmm.
it's singular, and I can't rock with that, because what I'm getting out of this, except stress, except um, chances of high blood pressure or a stroke or
Right. Aware.
yeah, or I be in the ICU. You know what I'm saying? So we supposed to be looking out for each other because I've never been a selfish person. But if I feel like I'm being dogged out, if I feel like I'm being taken for granted, that I'm not being appreciated, I'm gonna choose me. And I had to do that recently. I had to leave somebody alone that I truly cared about. And not because she had children, but it was more like she didn't understand what I was trying to say. Because when I meet somebody or when I'm talking to somebody, I let them know that I'm not an average Joe. I'm a public figure. So if I can't spend time with you the way that you require, I will make time for you. But my time goes into my work. You I'm in my purpose, but you are part of, even though you are part of my purpose, I have a job to do. But just because you see me doing my show and this and that, I'm not using my show to chase women. Like, I don't do all that. But if anything, I use my show because it's my therapy. Because, like I said, I've been through a lot, and this is my outlet. So if I gotta choose between you and my outlet, then I can't be with you. I can't rock with you, because if you know me, or if you love me, or if you want to be with me, then
You
you
should.
will understand. Because I will not make a person choose between the children or me, or the outlet over me, because that's selfish. Because then that would be controlling.
And you know what? It is a lot of people out here that give people ultimatums, like, and then I just don't understand how somebody can choose a man over their kids. Like, I would never, ever. My kids come first before any and everything. I would never choose a man for my kids, and it's just crazy that you got women out here who do that. And I just don't. I think it's to me, it's weird. Then you got the vice versa. You got men that put women before their kids, and that's just weird to me. And the fact that, and I look at it like this, like if you're with somebody and you're looking at this and you're allowing them to put you before their children, that speaks volumes of who you are, your character as a person, and vice versa. Because when you have kids, like nobody else comes before them. And me, like when I had my older son, I didn't know much about being a mom, then versus what I know now with my younger set. And I wish I had the same mentality that I had when I had my older set that I do now, because I've learned so much as a mom and grown so much as a mom. And there's just so many things I would have did different, then, but that's nor here nor there. But, the fact that that your kids come first before any and everything is all that should matter in anyone's eyes. Like, you should never have to choose between, if you love someone, that person should never make you choose point blank period, or put you in a situation to where you have to choose. Because if you put me in a situation where I have to choose, it's not gonna be you. It's a period. It's not gonna be you.
Yeah, of course. And let me tell you a story, right? So my father, or my biological father, um, he abandoned me for 25 years. I met him when I was 8 years old,
Hmm.
because I was raised by my stepfather, and people will always wonder why, or the people that know me or in my circle, they always sit back and wonder what happened between us, because they used to see us together. We was inseparable, which I thought, and he was on drugs and stuff, primary throughout my whole life. I didn't care about him being a crackhead and stuff like that. I just wanted him to be my dad. You know what I'm saying? And he came back when I was 25, and I went back to that little boy that wanted his father. I was
Hmm.
so happy, because finally
Tell
I
me
felt
that
like,
smile on your face. Aw.
God finally answered my prayers, and it went well the first few years. To the 6th year, he relapsed and started to really disrespect me. Really started to have resentment towards me, because his mother had passed away, and he didn't even show up to her funeral, and I had to, defend him, because everybody was asking me where your daddy at. Why he didn't show up. I'm like, shit, I don't know. He's his own man. Ask him. But I just slowly but surely saw our relationship fading away. But it was always on me to fix everything. And I said, like, he's my father. I shouldn't have to be the bigger person every time we have a disagreement. That's toxicity and stuff. So the last time I saw him, he was being really disrespectful. He owed me some money. I didn't care about the money, but it was just the fact, like, you in my house being disrespectful to me, which I could never go to you when I got kicked out the house. Like, you went years without knowing if I was dead or alive. You went years without checking up on me. And our birthdays 9 days apart. We Capricorns. He never called, told me happy birthday. He never um, gave me a birthday present. Like, I was 25 when I had got my first hug from my dad. And like it was just like one of those moments when he last was here and I told him you would never disrespect me again and I don't want to ever see you again. So now that he's 70 years old, he has dementia and he don't got that much time to go on, you know what I'm saying? And everybody just, coming back to me again with when the last time you see your dad, you need to go see your dad. And I made my peace with it because it's not like he recognized me. Even if I sat next to him or this and that, he will not know who I am. But my point that I'm trying to make here is all these people, like fathers and mothers who abandon their children, they don't sit back and think, I'm going to get old someday. I'm going to be wheelchair bound. I'm going to have an illness. I'm going to be mentally impaired to not talk or socialize with my children and stuff like that. Let me make things right. Let me, even if I can't get their mother back, let me get them on the weekends and let me show up to their events. Let me put in an effort. But I just said to myself, like, when I have kids, I will not, and they won't ever experience what I experienced. Because I hurt, man, and I had to like learn how to be a man. I had to learn how to drive. I had to learn how to shave. I had to learn how to fight. I had to learn how to do a lot of things on my own in the streets and stuff like that. So I just,
I'm gonna ask you this:
uh-huh.
Do you forgive your father?
Well,
Babe,
I had to accept an apology that I never received, if that makes sense.
so I'm gonna ask you this: Have you forgiven your father for you so you can move on, so you can have peace? You done that? Because I feel like if you haven't forgiven your father for you, so you can be free of the shackles that he's enclosed you in, then this is always going to be an issue for you. Like you've got to forgive your dad. Like you have to. That's the only way. Like you're gonna be free of all this hurt and anger and pain. And if it's to the like, and even if your daddy's not gonna recognize you, not gonna, know who you are, I feel like maybe going to him and maybe telling him, like, I forgive you. Maybe that's the closure that you need. Because deep down, you definitely have resentment and hurt towards this man. And
I,
it's definitely harboring that you got ill feelings, and it's definitely putting up this is like, I can see it in your face. I can feel it in your heart and your soul that this is definitely is bugging you. And I feel like, you need to go and you need to tell your dad that you forgive him. And if you don't want to see him face to face, then you need to talk to God and tell God.
yeah, and I don't lie, so I keep it a buck. I haven't forgave my father. I haven't because none of us asked to be here. And I would see if I was his oldest son. Can you hear me? Hold up. You on you on mute. You on mute. Yeah, unmute yourself. It's a there's a button at the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna just add you back in. Man. Okay, there we go.
There we go. I could not hear you for the longest. I'm like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay, there we go. We back. We back.
No,
Okay, so
but
I don't know. So you can look. You're gonna have to replay and tell me what you just said because I didn't hear none of it.
no, but you know, I keep it a buck. I haven't forgiven him because you know we didn't ask to be here. None of us asked to be born, to exist. You know, that's God's plan.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, it's like, because I'm the same age right now. When he had me when I was born, I'm the same age. So I feel like if I was the only child or like the oldest child, then maybe I could sympathize with him. But I was his third because he had my brother at 18, had my sister at 23. No, not even 23, 26. And he had, okay, let me count. I maybe got this math wrong, but he was old enough to know what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I just really, I try to, cause I played this scenario in my head a lot, you know, just to ask myself, separating myself from him before he caught that condition, did I do the right thing?
Mm-hmm.
And I did, because he was being really toxic and very, very disrespectful, and just really wasn't giving me unconditional love. The love that we have for each other was conditional. But
But I
but
just so
I'm a
the healing isn't the forgiveness isn't for your dad though. It's for you. Like it's this the you forgiving your dad is not for him. Like it's nothing for him. It is for you to start healing and to move on because you're gonna walk around with this forever until you finally forgive him. And even if you just look up to God and be like, God, I forgive my father. Even if you just say that, I just feel like it'll lift so much off you because your healing process is not gonna start until you forgive your father.
mm,
And I know it sounds, and I know you think like I'm trying to say this is for your father's sake, but it's not for him, it's for you. Because there's been a lot of times where I had to forgive people that I would never forgive ever, but I got sick and tired of walking around with that resentment, that hurt, that pain. And so when I finally talked and like finally forgave those people for how they hurt me, what they did to me, my heart was my heart wasn't heavy no more, and my mind wasn't heavy anymore. Like I was free. And I feel like until you do that, you've got to get that pain and that hurt off of you. You don't deserve to sit and walk around with that. I mean, yeah, you can't change what your father did to you, but you can damn sure change the narrative.
yeah. You-
I mean, it's just look, that's just my thoughts, my personal opinion. You can't do it how you would like to, but I just feel like that would help your healing process so much more because I can tell you got so much pain built up, and I don't like that for you.
yeah, I mean, and I agree with you. I do. It's gonna take some time, but I agree with you, and I'm going to do it because real forgiveness takes time. It's
Mm-hmm.
not an overnight thing. Because then I would be lying to the world, and I don't lie on this show about. But I just, I learned a lot from him because I don't want to make it seem like I was a victim of an abusive parent, which I wasn't. If anything, I'm a survivor of an abusive parent.
Most definitely.
And all abuse isn't physical, but I just promote my scars by helping people and just giving people a chance to get a lot of things off their chest. So in a way, I'm
It's
a,
therapy.
yeah, because I want people to know I'm a real person. I'm not no actor. I ain't no character. This is me, raw, real, and uncut. So I just want everyone to know that, hey, I got some pain, I got some scars, I got some wounds that I'm working on too, because I'm
And
human.
that's real. That's real life. Like, because that's the thing. Like, people just don't see the. A lot of people don't share things like this and don't use these type of platforms to, like you said, this more or less is therapy. Like, one thing's for certain, two things is for sure. You always gonna get the real you, no matter what. And that's what I love about me. Who I am is what you is who you see behind the scenes, on the scenes, everywhere. Like, I don't fake it to nobody. I don't fake kick it with people. Like, I don't fake who I am to fit into your narrative or to fit into your character as a person. Like, who you see every day is who you always gonna get.
Yeah, me too. Because the same thing they love about me is the same thing they gonna hate me for later. Because I don't.
And people, like, real talk, people do not like the fact that people like you because just of who you are. They don't that they can't understand that they can't grasp the fact that, well, how can they like him or her? Like, no, because I'm me. I don't try to be nobody else but me. Like, I don't try to, like, if I go into a room, I'm me. I don't try to sit there and fit in because that's what y'all doing, or that's what y'all people figure they have to do. You being you is what's gonna take you and get you through a lot in life. There ain't no fake it till you make it type shit. It's the raw and uncut, like you say.
Hmm. And being me has worked because I feel like,
Uh,
well, majority of it, but also what I mean by that is, um, I didn't get to where I'm at now if I couldn't be me. And
mhm.
and yes, I'm going to evolve even more further beyond this. It's just a 35 chapter of my life, but by the time I'm 40 or 45, I'm planning on being a different version of myself, but a lot seasoned and enriched. But it would be problems, it would be troubles, but I will always withstand in a test of time. Cause
A real person always will.
yeah, cause it's all about immortality. Like, cause I look at the great people before us, and, and they've been going for so many years. Saying even longer than our existence, but yet they still are mentioned. They still, their name still gets spoken to the masses, and we don't know them personally, but they've been immortalized, and that's how I feel that I'm that person that's going to be remembered just by trying and by my sincerity, my love, my care for the
Yeah.
community, and other things, but but I just want to be able to make an impact and just make a difference
You
out
don't think
here.
you are? You don't think you are, Mr. William?
Yeah, I do, but it's always work to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still every day it's a assignment, and I look at it like that. And just by me being like a historian, I love finding out about people who gave it their all, even in the ones who met their demise, but they at least was doing things before they was murdered or before they was slain. But it's my job because I feel like it's my responsibility to keep these people in people's hearts forever. And it just gives me a different perspective about just, dang, I need to be doing more and I need to be out here on the front lines because I'd rather walk it before I talk it. So, but yeah, it's still work to be done, and I'm still doing
Wow.
doing
I
great
great
deeds.
future. I just see great things ahead of you.
Mm. Me too. Same here with you. Because like I said, you a wonderful, beautiful woman. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying? And your inside definitely match your outside. So.
Mhm. That's nothing. I mean, stuff has changed since we, back from West Town days and everything.
Mhm.
But I mean, shoot, I'm still my goofy self. Never that'll never change.
Yeah, me too. I just it's just all about making sure that you maintain your sense of humor, maintain your smile. You know, even if you have to cry every once in a while, but always smile. It's just you don't
Sometimes,
get no better than that. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna keep you on here long, but it was a pleasure. I enjoyed myself.
we definitely have to do this again because this was good. This was therapeutic.
Oh, all my episodes therapeutic, even the crazy ones. But yeah, I'm just happy.
I feel like next time we shouldn't be so political. I feel like we should make it fun. Like talk about some past stuff. Let's get down deep into like how how times used to be and like how remember how we talked about how we wish that this generation could really experience how fun it used to be to go out back, back when we used to go out. Like they'll just never get a chance to experience that because now you gotta every time you go out you gotta look over your shoulders. Make sure if a fight break out that somebody not pulling out a gun, shooting, like all of that. Like they'll just never get a chance to experience that time. And then also too, where everybody wasn't pulling out a phone. Like you know how half of our stuff people will never know about it because Lord,
Mm-mm.
social media is not up to partying. And I can not explain how happy I am about that.
Right, you're right though, because everything didn't have to be, recorded or footage. You know what I'm saying? We had our pictures, you know what I'm saying? This and that, but other than that, like we actually enjoy being in the moment. You don't have that anymore. Everybody wants to be
And
seen
you know
and
what? I'd rather have a picture because you think about it. When you see a video now, it's like, okay, you see the video. But when you see a picture, that picture triggers in your mind to a good time. It takes you back and it makes you remember. It makes you remember that moment and it makes you know, like at that time, how happy you were at that moment when that picture was being taken. It makes you remember how you felt in that moment, what was going on in that moment. Like a picture to me is so much more than a video.
hmm me too.
It is so much more. So yeah, so that'll be our next topic. Look, I done gave you next one.
Hey, that's good. I welcome all ideas.
Yeah,
And
because everybody can chime in, especially like everybody who was out during that time. Everybody, there'll be a lot of people that can chime in and put their input on that because shoot, we all were there, we all experienced it. The shook, JB Mindbergs,
hmm
West Town. Like if you weren't there on if you weren't at West Town on a Saturday, you just felt like you just missed out on life itself.
yeah,
Because that's how fun it used to
yeah.
be.
And that was my first club I've been to ever. Yeah. But yeah.
Then you met me.
Yep,
We used
sure
to get our day
did.
on.
Yeah, it's funny because like when I met you, I had such a baby face, and oh,
Mhm.
I was
We
so
was all babies back
yeah,
then.
man.
The real. See, because you only like what 6 years younger than
Hmm.
me. Yep. So, okay, you wasn't a baby, but yeah, we all was babies back then. But it was such good times and good spirits, and just such like the atmosphere. Like everything is just so much different now. That's why like I don't go out now. Like I'd rather sit at home. If I'm gonna drink, I'll drink at home. I might step out every now and again. Like, but now the way things are, like my kids need a mama to come back home. So going
Hmm.
out and because I went out when it was great. I had my time. So now, me coming home and staying home, sure, I'll do that any day. Play cards versus going out in, the bars and stuff because, nowadays you don't know if you're going to make it back home. It's a lot of people that went out that never came back home. And I know many a times, it's the here nor there because whatever's meant to be is going to be. But I know it's times where, their loved ones be like, man, if only they didn't go out.
Hmm.
If only they didn't go out.
Right, and that's what I think about because it's a job making it back to your crib, safely.
And when you tell people like be safe, that's real life. Like you literally got to tell people have fun and be safe, and you got to tell your loved ones like make sure you text me, let me know you made it home and stuff because you just never know anymore. You just never know.
No.
But on that note,
Well, thank you for coming, and
welcome, thanks for inviting
oh,
me.
no problem, and keep me posted.
Oh, definitely. I still got to like some tweaking to do. I still got to let people know. This is all new to me, so
Hmm.
I got a lot of stuff I can learn and tweak and everything else. So, but we gonna go for it. We gonna go for the gusto, baby. Shoot, go hard to go home, and shoot, it's sink or swim time. And best believe I'm not sinking. I'm
Right,
swimming.
right on, right on. But yeah, you have a good night, love.
All right,
Bye.
bye.